Welcome to
Introverts, Own Your Voice. I'm Tom Marcoux.
And I'm Johanna McLeod.
This episode is Make Your Message Rise Above the Noise and Eliminate Fear. Johanna, I have a question for you. When has been a time where you wanted to get a message across, but you hesitated because you were afraid that maybe people would take it the wrong way?
I remember one time when I was in a Toastmaster meeting and I wanted to raise my hand and give feedback, but I just didn't feel comfortable or able to do so.
So you felt that the feedback was going to be kind of tough for the person to listen to?
Or I might be judged.
I'm right there with you. And that's why our topic is make your message rise above the noise and eliminate fear. The concern now, and we see it all the time in social media, is that certain people are slapped down. So their message did rise above the noise, but they got slapped down for it. Now, in different countries, it's been mentioned that if a nail is above the other nails, that nail will be slammed down. And so some people are afraid of expressing themselves, telling their truth in social media, for example. So I have 3 A's so that you can make your message rise above the noise and eliminate fear.
Oh, wonderful.
So we don't have to put ourselves in a position where we're really deciding, do I tell my truth and am I really lining myself up to get hit? The first A is avoid contempt in humor. Here's the thing. If you do some type of humor that shows contempt toward a group or an individual, it's very likely that that person's going to push back or their fans are going to push back against you.
Yes.
So the idea is not to focus on expressing your point from the standpoint of, hey, that person, that group over there is doing wrong. This is what's wrong with them. This is what's wrong with what they do. Now, sure, that might get some attention, but we notice that stand-up comedians fall into this trap. The gentleman who was the first voice of the Affleck duck was fired because of a couple of tweets. The director of Guardians of the Galaxy #1 and #2 was fired for a time and was not going to be able to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because of tweets from 10 years ago.
Wow.
So the idea is doing humor that shows contempt against somebody is a dangerous plan. From the standpoint, it also is not necessary, which leads us right into the second A of the 3 A's. The second A is align with a good, clear, brief intention. Good, clear, brief. So the idea here is instead of saying, hey, look at those folks over there, they're doing something wrong. Instead, express yourself in the positive. Do you want people to demonstrate more compassion? Then build your message on demonstrate more compassion.
Could you give us an example?
Well, I'll give you an example from one of the phrases I use in a number of my books. I say to stand out, find out what you stand for. To stand out, find out what you stand for. There's nothing in that phrase that is against something or somebody. Now, let's say somebody comes under fire in social media. Let's say the person's name was Josephine. The hashtag could be stand with Josephine. So the hashtag is positive. Stand with Josephine. It's not talking about stand against these people over there. Or make fun of those other people. Or look how it's easy to be contemptuous of those people. None of that stuff. Just positive, brief, and as I was saying, align with good, clear, brief intention. Which leads us now to our third A of the 3 A's. And that A is access the heart and soul. Access the heart and soul. And what I'm talking about here is that this builds on the idea of having that good, clear, brief intention. Do something that will support the other person. Help them feel good. Help them feel like they're worthy. Help them feel like they're on a good path. For over 2 decades now, I still remember a link that was on Oprah Winfrey's website.
Oh, wow.
It was just 3 words. And it accomplished exactly what they wanted me to do. I clicked on the link. The 3 words are, get better sleep.
Wow.
I'm remembering this over 2 decades later. And here's the point. It's doing exactly what we're talking about. It's clear. It's good. It's brief.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with negative, bashing type of humor. And I sleep enough, but I don't sleep extra.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, if I can learn how to get better sleep, and that's what it said, get better sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you have my attention. I'm there. So there you have it. 3 different details under the 3 A's.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid contempt and humor. Align with a good, clear, brief intention. Access the heart and soul. Now I want to share why this eliminates fear. This eliminates fear because you know you're not going after anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You're not creating enemies when you don't need to.
Oh, but that's half the fun.
Oh, well, depends on what you're up to. If you're a stand-up comedian, that would be a match. It's the structure of humor for stand-up comedians that they're saying, look at how bad this is. Don't you agree? This is awful.
Mm-hmm.
And they make fun of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's their job. But most of us, we're here just wanting to make our message rise above the noise.
Mm-hmm.
So we've covered this idea about eliminating fear. Now, fear is a big thing. It gets in the way of so much. So this is a really good time for a Marcoux moment. That's when I share an excerpt from one of my 47 books up on Amazon. And this is my 46th book, because after writing 45 books and having 20 book titles sell every month,
Wow.
I felt that I had something to say about writing. The title of this book is called The Writer's Solution. Crush Your Self-Doubt. Subtitle is Quiet Down Fear, Write Fast, Write Well, and Make Money Every Month. Now, here's the excerpt. On page 11, we're talking about things that get in your way.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain things that get in the way of writing.
Mm-hmm.
The first one we're talking about here, writing attacker number 1, crush you with self-doubt. The countermeasure is use systems. How can you write good material, overcome getting stuck, and even write faster? 2 words, use systems. Even after writing 45 books, I can get stuck. I also face fear. About what? Some reader may be looking for more poetic words from me. Using my system, I focus on 3 vital questions. Am I telling the truth? Can this help someone? Can I express this in a brief and clear way? So at 4 a.m. in the morning, I'm writing this book because I answer yes to my above questions. I've learned that I must have systems to quiet down self-doubt. Systems help me quiet down fear too. So I go on this page to talk about 4 things that help in terms of a system. Use positive triggers to get you started. Employ structure that quiets down fear. Get your focus on one thing now. And overcome the unfueled bad feeling place. So that's an excerpt from my book, The Writer's Solution, Crush Your Self-Doubt. The subtitle again, Quiet Down Fear, Write Fast, Write Well, and Make Money Every Month. So we've been talking about eliminating fear, how to make your message stick, and how to make your message rise above the noise. I'm curious, Johanna, what are you going to keep from our conversation?
I really liked the insight you had when you said to stand out, find out what you stand for.
Well, that's excellent. I really appreciate that. Yes, this is the essence of eliminating fear. Express the positive, brief, clear intention, and then you know that you are gathering allies. That really helps. Thank you, Johanna.
Thank you, Tom. Click to subscribe to this channel.
And then you'll be supporting Johanna, me, and our message.
Tom helps people in other ways.
As a spoken word strategist and executive coach, I help people really connect and get yes. I help them with their speeches, pitches, video marketing, and networking. And I help them prepare for that crucial life-changing meeting. As you're ready to go to the next step, see special videos, find out about my books and coaching at getthebigyes.com/next step.
And so remember,
Perform at your best with words, strategy, and rehearsal.
for your success.